Few hours. In fact, you can see just how electric these thunderstorms are. If we put on our lightning counter, over 277 lightning strikes. This means you need to be heading indoors if you hear thunder. These storms have been very electric, but thankfully they've been moving. Now, one thing I want to point out, these thunderstorms packing quite a punch. You can see from Jersey Village down through Katy and Sealy, that deep red color, that's going to be a heavy downpour. I actually just checked in with the Harris County flood warning system. The highest rainfall total so far today, 2.88 inches, just shy of 3 inches of rain. That fell south of Atascocita, which means street flooding not out of the question with these thunderstorms. You can see another batch of storms passing through northern Liberty County. That's likely going to hold together and impact Conroe here within the next hour. Some showers down towards Lake Jackson, but a lot of this activity pushing off to the northwest. Rain chances staying with us through the weekend. But Andy, I've got much more on our future track and storm timeline coming up. Time of year, Andy, thunderstorms can produce really heavy rainfall. In fact, we've got a flood alert for Katy. I want to show you inches of rainfall. That means you can easily see runoff. The concern would be ponding and roadways, especially low-lying areas. So if you're within this flood advisory, please be careful. Stay off the roads if you can. That flood advisory in place through 4:15. Otherwise, we are continuing to track these showers and thunderstorms as they roll across the area. Let's put this in motion. The main line of storms, you can see it really from South Lake Livingston all the way down into northern portions of Wharton County. I'm going to start our way from the northeast, and then we're going to work our way down to the southwest. You can see the far northern side of this, Livingston down through Shepherd, certainly seeing a heavy thunderstorm in Shepherd. The benefit of these storms, they're continuing to push through. So you're in the thick of it in Shepherd and Cleveland, but this is going to keep pushing to the west. As it does, things will get better. But right now, you're certainly dealing with some of the heavier downpours. You can see down across Liberty County, Chambers, and Houston, just light to moderate rain showers. But we do have some heavy thunderstorms up from the Woodlands down through Spring, Tomball, Cypress. Airport seeing some lightning in the area. We've had a lot of flight delays because of storms. If you're traveling or picking up someone from the airport, check in with that airline before you head out the door. You can see thunderstorms starting to break up here around Katy, but still dealing with those rain showers as things continue to drift their way off towards the west. Future track is going to show as we head through the rest of the day today, a lot of these thunderstorms staying with us through the evening commute. It's not going to be until closer to 9 p.m. that we'll start to see things quiet down after sunset this evening. As for the rest of the week, well, we're going to continue to stay pretty soggy out there every single day. Not a washout, not everywhere, not every hour, but we will have rain chances every single day. Let's talk about the benefit. Yesterday at this time, Katy had a heat index of 102. Right now, only 72 in Katy. So if you're lucky enough to see rain showers, you will have a nice cool down. Allergy report not looking day today. In fact, now we've got a flood advisory that does include Katy. 1 to 3 inches of rain have come down and more is on the way. Your full forecast is coming up. The news at 4 starts now. Started to fizzle out or at least move from the areas we were seeing the heaviest of rainfall. Most of that rain, or at least the heaviest of it, fell within this green box. That's where we have an aerial flood advisory through the next 15 minutes. It includes Brookshire, Katy, Fulshire, and Wallace. And this is where we've seen some of the highest accumulations. You can see 1 to 3 inches. Isolated spots have the potential for even higher totals. And really any thunderstorms we track over the next few days will bring with it a quick several inches of rain due to a high tropical moisture content. I'm going to put this radar in motion over the last hour so you can see where these storms are headed. A lot of them not moving particularly fast, and that's part of the reason why we were able to see such high accumulations. You can see moderate to light rain showers from Houston all the way up through Liberty County. A more heavy thunderstorm approaching the Conroe area right now. Tomball down through 290. Starting to see this thunderstorm fall apart, but certainly making roads a bit soggy out there by Sealy. Continuing to push down towards the south and the west. You can see Columbus dealing with those thunderstorms. And we're going to keep seeing showers and storms as we go through the next several hours. Really from now through sunset tonight, continue to see pop-up showers and thunderstorms. Most important thing, be careful on the roads out there. We can see some street ponding, but also if you're outside and you hear thunder, make sure you head indoors. Lisa, Joel, we have more rain chances through the weekend. I've got your full forecast coming up.
Okay, thanks very much, Caroline. Radar looks surge. And what that could mean for Houston's hurricane season, since we're already in it. Coming up next.
Yeah.
It's pretty gnarly out still in places, huh?
Yeah, we've been seeing some really heavy downpours, but I do want to say some of the cloud structures have been pretty striking. I want to show you a photo that was that. And hey, if you get any great photos of weather, whether it be a rainbow, a storm cloud, rain, hail like we saw yesterday, we would love to see your photos. Send them in click2houston.com/pins. We love to show them right here on air, online, and just share those incredible images. As for what we're tracking right now, we're still dealing with showers and thunderstorms across southeast Texas. If we put this in motion over the last hour, you can see light to moderate rain showers across Harris County. The warmer the color you see, the heavier the downpour. That flood advisory for the Katy area has been able to expire, but know that soil is pretty wet. They saw 1 to 3 inches of rain. We've got scattered storms from Victoria up towards Columbus. You can see areas around Lake Somerville, certainly seeing some of those heavier downpours, a thunderstorm pushing towards the lake. So if you are in far northwest portions of Washington County, make sure you head inside if you're hearing that thunder. Continuing over towards the east, you can see some thunderstorms continuing up by Lake Conroe as well. A lot of our lakes dealing with thunderstorms at the moment. That deep purple color indicating heavy downpours so far. None of the storms today have been severe, but at times they can be packing a punch. Heavy downpours and frequent lightning strikes. That'll be our primary concern. Future Track is going to continue to show those hit or miss storms as we go through the next several hours. By the time we get to 8 o'clock and you're turning on the Hurricane and Flood Survival Guide, that's when we'll start to see our storms really start to wind down for the evening. Otherwise, this evening commute looking a bit messy out there. A live look from the Southwest Freeway where you can see lights are turned on, windshield wipers are on, roads moving a bit slower. I would plan on a bit of extra time this afternoon. The benefit of all the rainfall, not only is it good for the drought, noon newscast, right now, 73. So once the rain passes through, yes, it's still going to be humid, but at least you've got much more comfortable conditions. Rain chances are going to be staying with us as we head through the weekend. We're putting up 40% every single day, so it's not going to rain every hour, every day, but every single afternoon, storm chances are going to be possible. Because we have tropical moisture in place, you can see some pretty heavy downpours. You can see a lot of that tropical moisture sitting there in the Gulf, and this looks like it's going to be pushing on shore, likely impacting Louisiana the heaviest. But here in Houston, we'll start to see a surge of tropical moisture as we get towards the weekend. That is going to increase our rain chances.
And climate change is making these storms more dangerous than ever, especially when it comes to stronger winds, higher storm surge, and heavier rainfall. In fact, let's break down what the science actually shows, starting with our fuel. Ocean temperatures this year are running well above average again, nearly tracking our record-breaking 2024 line. This warm water is what hurricanes feed on, and right now we've got plenty of it. In fact, all of that extra heat in the water has a direct consequence. Storms are spinning up faster than ever. Rapid intensification is when a hurricane gains at least 35 miles per hour in just 24 hours. And we're seeing it happen much more frequently. Hurricane Beryl is a recent example. It rapidly intensified, fueled by those record warm ocean temperatures in 2024, and it sustained that strength all the way into the Houston metro. Warmer oceans also heat the atmosphere above them. And here's what that means for rainfall. For every 1 degree the atmosphere warms, it holds about 4% more water vapor. More moisture means storms can wring out significantly more rain when they make landfall. Also, with our sea levels continuing to rise, storm surge, which is already the deadliest part of a hurricane, that's going to get pushed even further inland. Here in Houston, we're already feeling the rainfall side of this. Since 1970, rainfall intensity, that's increased 22%. That means we're not just getting more rain, we're getting it harder and faster. Hurricane Harvey proved what that looked like. That means here in Houston, climate change isn't hypothetical. These storms are getting more dangerous, and no zip code is immune.
Radar, not just right now, but I want to show you the last 6 hours. It has been extremely active. We started this morning with mainly coastal activity, and then as we headed into the afternoon, lightning became more widespread, and we had a band of storms that worked their way to the west. Now, though, a lot of that activity is pushing west of our area. In fact, we'll change the radar just to show over the last hour. You can see here in the Houston area that light green to yellow color. This is going to indicate light to moderate downpours, not particularly heavy, but enough to where roads are wet. Certainly traffic moving slower. You can see out to the west from Columbus up through Brenham. You'll notice Burton, Carmine, over towards College Station. This is where we have a heavier band, but an incredibly narrow band. So as that pushes to the west, you're going to see a downpour last for about 25 minutes, and then things are going to calm down. You'll also see some of those downpours up to the north from Conroe over towards Lake Livingston. Otherwise, most of us just dealing with some light rain showers. But no, as we head into the afternoon, especially if you haven't seen storms yet, more thunderstorms will be possible. Future Track is going to show those thunderstorms really going to be possible from now through about 8 p.m. Once that sun goes down closer to 8:30, we're going to start to see most of the area quiet down. And then it's going to be a pretty muggy, buggy night ahead. One benefit from the rainfall is that we've got cooler temperatures, but Lisa, Joel, I've got much more on our full forecast coming up.
You are busy as well. Thank you, Caroline.
Of massive hail falling down from the sky, but you could tell it was fake because they were all perfectly sphere. They were landing on flooded roadways and floating. It was just everything about it was too perfect, too fake.
I mean, but for the average untrained eye, I don't know if I'm picking that out.
That's the scary part. Just question everything. If you see that and you're like, wow, I didn't know they were perfectly round. They might not be, because the ones
I'll bring you every video.
they were, please do. Maybe not every video, but you
She's not busy enough.
definitely
Bring
send
up
them
the
in.
list.
Weather at kprc.com. That's actually our email. Hey, let's talk about what it looks like out there. Slowdowns on our freeways, especially right now, 15 minutes to 5. You're always going to see slow going traffic on the Southwest Freeway heading outbound, but especially when you add in the rain. So that's what it looks like. And here's what it looks like on radar. You'll notice that light green to light yellow color. It's going to be just a light to moderate rain shower. Nothing too heavy, but just enough to ruin any curls, to make our roads wet. Rainfall accumulation from this likely going to be just a few hundredths of an inch, but it can be a bit pesky, especially in spots that have already seen a tremendous amount of rainfall today. You can also see some of those heavier downpours. That's going to be in our far northwest area. You can see from Carmine and Burton and Brenham, those thunderstorms pushing out to the west. So very soon, Dimebox and Giddings dealing with those thunderstorms as they continue to roll out towards the west. Continuing to the north side of town, you can see that thunderstorm by Lake Conroe has pushed its way through. Now it's approaching Navasota. All of these showers so far have been incredibly manageable. However, because we can see more thunderstorms tonight, we will still have the possibility of more street flooding. So plan on a bit of extra time as you head out the door. Future Track is going to show rain chances with us from now through about 8 p.m. right when the showers start to die down. That's when you can tune into our hurricane and flood survival guide right here at 8 p.m. And then as we head through the next few days, once again, afternoon storms possible. The benefit here is that you'll see cooler temperatures right now sitting in the lower 70s, much more comfortable compared to those who haven't seen the morning, similar to what we saw this morning. But know that not everybody will see the rainfall. We've got a lot of tropical moisture sitting in the Gulf, and that's going to be working its way to the north, allowing for heavier downpours as we head through the weekend. Not a washout, but certainly have an indoor option. Know where you would go if a thunderstorm